He about to tear the roof off.
Happy Friday night, everyone. Time to kick off the weekend with the NBA on 2K Sports. Here with the greats, Richard. This game could be like a tennis match, Grant, with the ball racing from one side of the court to the other.
Yeah, B.A., you can get whiplash watching these teams run up and down the floor. They like to get it and go without any hesitation.
All right, now let's go courtside for a story on MP's remarkable season.
He just had an all-time moment breaking Wilt Chamberlain's single-season points record. Him and Wilt are still the only players in NBA history with over 4,000 points in a year. He told me he hopes to add to this record tonight. I'm betting he will, guys.
I'm with you. No doubt about that. Now let's check out the starters for Brooklyn. They've got MP, also Devin out there, Michael Porter out there with Nicholas Claxton, and it's Minot in at the 4.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Pass to MP, 4-3. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
Young Guns love this type of competition. Great answer from MP.
Outside, Brown. And here's Vucevic. Rejected by Claxton. And here's MP from outside. And the Nets, another 3.
Yeah, very accurate shot by MP. He must have been drilling these since a young age.
RJ, looking back at the trade that sent Durant from the Nets to the Suns, what a deal for Brooklyn.
Yeah, it was 4 first-round picks and a swap from the Suns. Also, the Nets got Mikal Bridges, who they shipped to the Knicks for 5 more first-rounders. Now that's how you reboot a team.
And they pick up 2.
Oh, my. Powering through the contact. MP just went to work on them in the paint.
It's off his leg. The official saying it was kicked. Here's Vucevic, a dependable player on offense, giving them over 13 a game. Pass to Brown. 6 to shoot. Here's Garza. Again, the miss by Boston.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots. And adding to this lead right now, riding a wave of momentum.
Yeah, they've locked in during this stretch. If they keep it up, their lead will only continue to grow.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls a timeout. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. They're coming off a win against the Nuggets.
That was a great win for them. Nobody liked their chances coming into the game, but when they got to OT, they put the hammer down.
When they say don't give your opponent confidence, this is what they mean. They were allowed to hang around, and by the end, they were the team that believed in themselves.
Pass to Shireman. Nice ball movement by Boston. Pritchard, no good.
Usually he's a master in the midi, but not that time.
Here's MP. The 3. Knocks it down from distance. MP's got 11.
Wow, their opponent is doing a tremendous job spacing the floor.
Claxton against Vucevic. Down low. Here's Pritchard. Ooh, good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. You gladly take those.
And Boston pushing it up now. 3-pointer. Porter pulls it in. Nets leading by 8. Releases. And MP gets it to go on the assist by Porter. 13 points in the game. Boston's gone 1 of 4 from deep, and the foul called on MP. That's his first foul. Walsh is checked in for Boston. Hauser comes in for Shireman. So the Nets making a switch here. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Spurs was all business. He had an unbelievable amount of points and hit a bunch of threes. No surprises there. A reminder of the amazing things that he's capable of on any given night. It'll be hard to match that tonight, but he'll try. Guys?
Allie, great info there. Well, that was an incredible night for him. They rode him to that win.
And he was more than happy to carry them, B.A. He might still be feeding off that performance heading into this one.
And it's very likely that he and his guys can carry that momentum into this one.
And the Nets with possession here. Really controlling it. An 18-2 run here. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
And so it's Pritchard who brings up the ball for the Celtics. It's a 16-point game. They set a pick, and here's Brown for three. That's good. His first made shot in 3 attempts.
Quick answer, Jaylen Brown from long distance.
The Nets have gone an impressive 8 of 9. MP against Vucevic. Vucevic with a steal. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets in command with a 13-point lead at the end of the quarter. And the 3-ball has been huge in building this lead. And more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way right after this. Here for Brooklyn. Pass to Benton. Here's Shireman. Out to the right wing. Here's Vucevic. Benton on the wing. Covered by MP. Clock at 6. Rejected by Claxton.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
So on the floor for Brooklyn, we've got Demon. He's out there with MP. Nicholas Claxton out there with Michael Porter. And it's Minot in at the 4 spot. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for the Nets?
The enthusiasm they've brought to their defense so far is something else. Going after shooters and really hustling to get their hands on shots.
They're also managing to make lots of trouble for their opponent in transition. Right away, they're finding points on the break. Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
When you talk about Nikola Vucevic, a big man who continues to get it done at a high level, Richard.
Yeah, he is showing no signs of slowing down. Vooch scores, rebounds, passes, and shoots it well from pretty much everywhere. I'd like to see him contend for a championship at some point in time in his career.
One of those guys who came into the league with great expectations. MP has met those and did some.
Pritchard's checked in for Boston. 3-pointer off the mark. Nets leading by 14. MP on the drive, and MP throws it down.
With the way he can fill it up at this age, it's scary to think how good MP might be in a few years.
Boston's gone 0 for 3 from deep to begin the second. Pass to Garza. Drops in the 3. Garza's got 8.
This is that modern big man play. Tall guys who are comfortable draining shots from deep.
And Claxton gets the bucket.
Taking it right at the rack. I mean, that defense is looking real frustrated.
That's the kind of aggression you want to see when you've got a team on the ropes.
Now Vucevic. Outside, Brown. The shot misses. Great D that time from Porter. Inside. Minot, good. Minot's got his second basket.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
That's a great possession. Put your best players in a position to succeed.
Brown with a screen. Pass to Garza. Nice ball movement by Boston. Three-pointer, Pritchard. And again, Boston with the triple.
It was a rough start for them scoring the ball, but they look like now they're really finding their rhythm and flow.
And here's MP from outside. That one's true. He's now 9 of 10.
Shooting while in rhythm. MP has a good sense for when to take these quick shots.
Here's Brown. Brown cashes in. A terrific finisher inside.
That's been the story of their offense so far, getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets up 15 points as this quarter concludes. They're getting quality looks, and that's why they're shooting at such a high clip. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this.
And as we welcome you to halftime, no other way to say it, an abysmal start for the Boston Celtics.
They're getting lit up, not staying connected to the shooters, allowing too many good looks.
Yeah, and defensively, you got to fight over those screens better. And help has to come faster.
And moving on, time to check out the midseason NBA Power Rankings.
Taking a look here now at Boston, right about where we left them at last check. They're solidly in that playoff picture.
It'll be interesting to see how their season progresses. This team could go deep or wash out early. Hard to guess either way, man.
And that is going to do it for us.
Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Hey, you look at MP in this game, he's been everywhere.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
If they don't change their approach in the second half, let's just say his success will continue.
They've got Jaylen Brown. Peyton Pritchard is out there with Nikola Vucevic. And it's Shireman in at the shooting guard position. And that's the group for Joe Mazzulla as we begin the second half. All right, on the line, we've got our insider, Shams Charania. What do you have for us, Shams?
Well, guys, a lot of excitement about this upcoming 2026 draft class, but quietly, some scouts voicing early concern about the quality of prospects in the class of 27. Now, there's still time for players to emerge, but expect this to impact the way teams value those picks.
Something to keep an eye on, no doubt. Shams, thank you for the report.
Well, I guess we could give him credit for not getting discouraged. They're still playing hard. He's doing his job out there.
MP against Pritchard. A nice shot by MP.
The offensive success is due in part to his quality shooting. He hasn't wasted too many looks.
MP against Pritchard. Pass to Garza. Now here's Vucevic. Ooh, too long in the paint. And he's hit with a 3-second violation. And this is his first trip to the line tonight. And so he hits the technical free throw. Yes, Peyton Pritchard doing it at the NBA level. But he was a beast in the college ranks too, Richard.
All-time leader in games played, minutes, and assists in his conference. The only player to reach 1,900 points, 600 assists, and 500 rebounds in the conference. You know, that's pretty tough.
Here's MP. Oh, and the dunk by MP.
When it comes to changing ends, MP does it like only a young man can.
Celtics trail by 18. Outside, Brown. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Pass to Vucevic. The 3-ball. Porter pulls it in. Porter's got his 5th rebound in this one.
And they have been cold coming out of the break, only getting one of their first 4 shots to drop this half. Got to pick it up. They're in strong position coming down the stretch, and he is a big reason why.
Brown passes to Vucevic. And here's Pritchard from downtown. That's in there. Vucevic with the assist. Vucevic has got 6 assists here tonight.
You can count on Vucevic to make a few clever handoffs. He sees what's happening at all times.
And Jordi Fernandez wants a timeout. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments. Here in February, there's still plenty of the season ahead of us. But let's check in on the Rookie of the Year race and see which of these young talents is leading the charge. You look at MP. He's shown us throughout the course of this season that he's at the top of his rookie class. So it's no surprise to see him in the top spot.
And there's no doubt he's the top contender. I'll be shocked if he's not lifting the Rookie of the Year trophy later on.
Yeah, at this point, he has separated himself from the pack. I don't know what more he could have done this year. It's been one amazing performance after another.
The three is up. He drops it from range. MP's got 38 points.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Always plays hard until the final whistle, no matter what the situation is.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, Brian. The Celtics trying to keep that laser focus. Coach Joe Mazzulla said, quote, "The closer you are to winning, the easier it is to become distracted by things that you can't control, things that don't matter. Mindset, discipline, and mental toughness are what separate you." Back to you, Brian.
Staying dialed in. Allie, thanks very much for the report. And so Joe Mazzulla decides to call a timeout. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over. Some changes for Boston. Kaitis checked in for Vucevic, and it's Hauser in for Brown. Clowney, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Williams comes in for Michael Porter. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. To the inside. Pass to Minot. Good ball movement here by Brooklyn. And here's MP from outside. And the Nets, another three.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
And so it's Pritchard who brings up the ball for the Boston Celtics. And after this one, they're at home against Philadelphia. That'll be the second of a 2-game stretch at home. And they call an illegal screen here. And we got a quick moment to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for Nikola Vucevic.
Seeing his rebounding numbers go down doesn't come as a surprise. When you're in the league as long as he's been, you start to think about taking care of your body, the longevity part. That might mean being slightly less aggressive around those young bucks near the hoop. But he's still a valuable piece to have on this roster.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Walsh comes in for Garza, and it's Benton in for Shireman. Knocks it loose. It's stolen by MP. Oh, deflected. And the officials call a traveling violation.
Overall, they've done a good job of taking care of the ball in.
Boston with some changes. Nikola Vucevic is checked in for Queta. Shireman comes in for Walsh. And it's Peyton Pritchard in for Banton. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Vucevic, the pass to Pritchard. Puts up the tray. Oh, the shot is off. Nets leading by 18. And so in the game for the Nets. Dimon out there with MP. Then it's Nicholas Claxton. Then it's Michael Porter. And it's Minot in at the 4.
Relentless in his approach. He has one thing on his mind: close this game out.
Hauser outside. From outside the arc. Brooklyn pulls it in.
He had more than enough room to hit that. Just couldn't make it happen.
Pass to MP. Lets it go from deep. Sends it home from three-point land. MP's got 53 points. Here's Shireman. Fourth quarter keeps moving along. 3 minutes gone by now. Here's Vucevic. Oh, what a play! It's snatched out of the air. Credit the block. For Brooklyn, they've gone 6 for 11 here in the fourth quarter. From deep, MP. And again for 3. Man, he's really launching them from outside the arc.
Man, so locked in, feeling confident in his three-point shot tonight.
Brown passes to Vucevic. Outside, Brown. Now Pritchard. They need this. And a great assist by Brown as that one goes in. Pritchard's got 11 in the second half.
Those assist numbers from Brown have continued to creep up.
And here's MP from outside. And the Nets, another three.
And you can see how scary this team can be when everything is clicking for them. Just a terrific performance for the Nets.
Check out their assist numbers.
They didn't get stuck in isolation. They got the ball to the guys who had the best matchups.
Man, what a special year they're having. Picking up their 59th win.
It's just a great matchup for them. And they're looking for the 4-game season sweep in their next meeting.
And what a huge performance it was for MP.
Anytime they needed a bucket, they'd put the ball in his hands and say, go make a play. It was impressive to watch.
Back to Brown. And there's a 3-second violation. Garza's checked in for Boston. So Brooklyn going with almost an entire new group here. And the Nets shooting at a fantastic 68% from the floor. On the wing, MP takes the three. Shireman grabs a board.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Pritchard from outside. Brooklyn with the board. Pulls up on the wing. Can't hit that one. Outside, Brown. There's a 4-second difference between the shot and game clock. Basket counts.
I love seeing Brown get it done inside. He's more than just a jump shooter.
Back to MP. The three is up. And yes, another basket. Oh, he's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
BA, it feels like he can't miss.
And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. A statement road victory. So impressive.